Right, so in this audio video, I'm going to be talking about sugar and packaged foods, which is the first part of the checklist. So, what has this got to do with stress? Well, when we think about stress, we're often thinking about stressful situations. So, things like bills we can't pay, or bereavement, or workload at our jobs, or relationship breakups. And obviously, I've told you I read out what I've written, and I've put here, oh my God, these words are stressful. I think I should stop. Agree? So, yeah, it's stressful, isn't it? So, but I'm sure you get the point. You know, when we're thinking about stress, that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about all these things that happen to us on a daily basis. That's just accumulates and keeps causing us more and more stress. And yeah, you get what I'm talking about. You know, these are situations that are happening to us, happening from an outside source. But when it comes to our bodies, there are stresses that are happening inside our bodies, and these stresses are difficult to detect. So you know when these things are happening. It's kind of tangible. It's happening in everyday life, so you kind of know what the cause is. But then there's things that are going on inside that, like, we don't know why these things are happening. It's very, very difficult to detect them. And so a lot of the times, yeah, we don't know that these stresses are there. And what we eat and drink, that can put stress on our bodies. And unfortunately for PCOS, this can make us become more exposed to stresses. So just having PCOS alone makes it very easy for us to become stressed by, not just by external sources, things that are happening to us externally, but with what's happening to us internally, the stress that's building up internally. Just having the disease just causes that. And yeah, I know it's not fair, but yeah, it is what it is. And sugar, unfortunately, is one huge stressor to our PCOS bodies. PCOS sufferers, we don't cope very well with dealing with sugar, and we have issues with it as well, because we have an issue with a hormone, a digestive hormone. And I'm sure you probably know a lot about this with being a PCOS sufferer, but we have issues with insulin. And the issue isn't necessarily insulin itself. The issue is our cells. Our cells don't pick up on using insulin. And so what happens then is that all this insulin is just floating around, and then alongside that, all of this sugar is then floating around, and it's not getting into our bodies. It's not getting into our cells. And so just by having PCOS, we have issues with this. This is a problem that we have. And so our cells are not detecting insulin, and so then all of this sugar is just circulating around the body. And alongside that, insulin, unfortunately, is very good friends with our sex hormones and our stress hormones. So the insulin isn't communicating with our cells very well. So then there's a blockage there. So it just keeps trying. And with it keep trying, it's just like overproduction of it. And then with that overproduction of the insulin, then it causes other things to trigger. So it triggers, sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. It's triggering those, but then it's also triggering stress hormones. And so it's just this vicious cycle that just keeps going round and round. And our job really is to try and break that up. And so in your mind, you're thinking, okay, that means then I can't ever have sugar ever again. And I just want to say to you, look, right, I just want to say this, but I don't want you to think like, oh my God, I can never eat cake ever again. And if you're anything like me, the cake is non-negotiable, right? So this isn't about me saying to you, you can never have chocolate ever again. Right, it's not about that. It's not about that. So I don't want you to like listen to me and think, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to eat my treats. It's not about never being able to have them. So if you're anything like me, I'm not going to give up all of this stuff. I want to still enjoy food. This isn't about like demonizing sugary foods and drinks as being evil, and that you can never allow them to enter into your mouth ever again. It's more about frequency. So how often are you having this sugar? If you're having like 2-3 cakes a day, then we've got a problem, you know. So it's not about saying you can never have them, but it's how often are you having these things. If you're having it like once a week, it's a bit of a treat, then that's fine, you know. But it's about how often you're having. Are you having chocolate every single day, multiple times in the day? Then that's a problem. If you're having it once a week, maybe once a month, then that's good, you know. So so that's what we need to look at, you know. So are you adding sugar to foods and drinks on a daily basis? Are you eating packaged foods on a daily basis? And that's the part that you need to look at when you're looking at the checklist, you know. So if you are, I don't want you to get stressed out by it, but just tick or check the boxes and then just acknowledge it at this moment. That's all you need to do, you know. And then as you continue on with this checklist, you can think about specific things that you can tackle to reduce it, because I'll be going into more detail the more you go into the checklist, because there'll be things that I'll be covering certain things. So I don't want you to think like at this present moment, oh my God, I've got to give this up now. Because like I said before, this isn't about giving up your whole world. It's not about doing that. But just acknowledge it for now, and then you might be able to look at things that you can be doing to reduce it. Okay, so in the next video, audio, I'm going to be talking about packaged food. So today we've been talking a bit more about sugar. I'm going to go into packaged foods in more detail, and the link that has with sugar and stress. Okay, because again, you might be thinking, well, packaged foods, what's that got to do with sugar? Well, you know, there's quite a big link between the two. So yeah, so I'll go into that in the next audio and video that you get. Okay, so bye-bye for now. Bye. If you would like some ideas for things to try, then just click below this video. It will take you to a page which explains about a checklist that I've got for you. So this checklist is a PCOS and stress checklist, and it's listing ideas for diet, listing ideas for exercise and relaxation. So just giving you some ideas of things that you can try. Now the checklist is not there for you to be choosing a long list of things to be doing, but it might just help you to give you some ideas of things just to help you to get started. Okay, so if you are interested, just click underneath this video and you'll be taken to a page which explains more. Okay, bye-bye.